Hey crafty peeps! It's time for some farmhouse DIYs, so let's just get right into them. For this first project, I'm going to take two of these Dollar Tree signs. I'm going to deconstruct one of them and add it to the other. So I will just take this apart. And now I'm just going to lay out my pieces to get an idea of what this will look like. It would be nice if these were long enough, but they're not, but it's okay because we're going to put something over the middle anyway, so I can just cut them in half. Now I'm going to measure the halfway point so I know where to make my, I guess it's going to kind of look like a little arrow. Uh, what would have been really nice is having the little miter cut shears, and I literally got online after I made this project and ordered them because it was really hard to get the right angles doing it this way. But really you just kind of play around until you get the angle you need. It should be 90 degrees, but again, I probably did this the hard way. I probably should use like is it a protractor? Is that what they're called? Anyhow, I definitely recommend those little miter shears. They'll probably come in handy for lots and lots of projects. And so I will link those down below. So anyhow, I'm just going to play around and get that shape, and I'm going to cut 4 of these. And now I am going to take the frame that I took off, and I'm going to glue that back down. And I'm gluing it on the back just because it's a nice smooth surface. And then I'll finish the other side that we removed it from. And then I also glue on these pieces here to make it look like a barn door. Okay, so now I'm going to use this arrow from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to make it look like a house. So I'm going to paint both of these white with my linen colored Rust-Oleum chalk paint. And you'll see here I'm going to give it a 1 coat, and then after that dries, I go ahead and make another coat, so for 2 coats. I said that I was covering that arrow in paint too, but I wasn't. That's right, I forget. So I'm actually going to cover it in this cute fabric that I found at Dollar Tree. They have had some really cute fabrics. And so what you want to do, because this one has animals and whatnot going in different directions, is just find what looks best on your arrow, which is now our house. And so once I figured out where I wanted that pattern, I went ahead and cut out the fabric, and then I am just going to wrap it around this and glue it to our now house. I'm just going to take my sanding sponge and run it across this whole thing and just kind of give it a more rustic style. You could also take a little bit of brown or gray paint and add that as well. This is a really subtle look that I've done here. Just wanted to distress it a little bit. This little vacuum that you can get off Amazon is like the best deal. I'm just vacuuming up the powder and I can vacuum it up my table and it's just so great. I will link it below. So this is just a ribbon that I got on a Christmas package and I was like, I'm definitely keeping that. It's already tied and everything. And then this other little sign from Dollar Tree, I actually bought it just for this little metal piece. I just really liked it. And I also knew I could make over the little sign itself, which I will do in this video. It's the last project. So I'm just going to take this ribbon and I'm just going to glue it down to my little house. And now with that done, I'm just going to glue everything down and this project is complete. Today's video is a collaboration with the sweet and talented Christy over at Christy Creates. She is such a sweetheart and works so hard on her channel, so I would love it if you would go over there, show her some love, and tell her that I sent you. And then check out some of her other videos as well. For this next project, I am using this tag sign from Dollar Tree. They pretty much have them every season. This sign also from Dollar Tree, as well as some sandpaper, and then this is some wrapping paper also from Dollar Tree. I use it to finish the backs of my projects. So I'm just going to sand off some of this glitter, and this is where you're gonna see that cute little ladybug vacuum again. I saw it with Jazz DIY Home, I think is her name, and Creative on the Cheap, and I had to get one and it's amazing. So again, I will link it below, and it just picks up all that glitter and debris. So I'm just going to put some Mod Podge on this tag with the wrapping paper, and this will be the back of our sign. I just again wanted to finish it off. Now I'm just going to prep this little sign here. I'm going to pop off the frame, and I'm just going to make marks where the frame was, and I'm going to paint white in that area. This is a totally cute sign on its own, and I actually have one that I kept untouched that I have in my kitchen. I think I just added a little burlap bow to it. So it's definitely a cute sign, but I loved the buffalo check, and so I bought two because I knew I'd want to make one over. So I will put 2 coats of white chalk paint on here, and I will do that as well on the tag. And again, this is the Rust-Oleum linen chalk paint. And now that my paint is dry, I'm going to set aside the tag, and I'm going to put the frame back onto this cute sign. You're going to see me play around with some elements on here. I just grabbed out some neutral embellishments to see what would go with this. While it is a black and white, I wanted to add in some of the natural as well and some burlap. And so I will just kind of play around until I find what I like. And then I'm going to use these rub-ons from Dollar Tree. This font is my favorite, and so I have several packs, so I have plenty of letters, and I will end up spelling out every moment that will go along with my little cherish. That's also from Dollar Tree. This is exciting that they've been putting out really great items. If you haven't seen them yet, hold on tight because they have announced on their website that they're expanding craft sections in all of their stores. So I really hope that you'll be able to find more of these embellishment items. I just distressed those a little bit because one of them kind of didn't come up very well, put down very well, so just kind of distressed them a little. And so now I'm going to take one of these black chalkboard tags from Dollar Tree. I didn't like how this brown one looked. It just blended too much. So I'm going to take this black tag and I'm going to add the cherish to it, and I will glue both of those down. Really love to layer, and this is a pretty chunky sign, so I'm going to put it onto the tag. It's definitely going to need a heavier adhesive because it's thin and how the sign is going to attach. So I go back and forth between hot glue and E6000. The hot glue is for immediate adhesive and the E6000 is for long-term adhesive. So I'm just going to get that down and secure. So I'm going to take this ribbon here. It's from Michaels. I buy it at Christmas. I buy 2 rolls because it's so good, and then I use it all year on my farmhouse projects. I also wanted to add a little more texture, so this is some wire. I guess it would be ribbon. I mean, it's in the ribbon section at Hobby Lobby. I just wanted to give it that little bit of extra farmhouse texture, and so I just cut a strip to put in between my ribbon here. And then I'm just going to add that little cross piece also from Dollar Tree down in the corner. And unfortunately, I thought my camera was recording and it wasn't, but I added these little beads at the top to make it so it can hang, or if you set it against something, the little beads looked really cute. So I decided to make over that little sign that I took the home piece off of in the very first project. And so I'm just taking some of this scrapbook paper from Hobby Lobby. It's one of my favorites. It looks like shiplap. Actually, it doesn't look like shiplap, really. I guess it looks more like barnwood. I'm not sure. You decide. And I'm just going to cut the square out to add to the back. Now, as you saw from the beginning, I had some things printed out on a piece of paper. I actually purchased a little printable kit on Etsy that had some really cute farmhouse pieces. And so like I said, I purchased that and then I printed them out and cut them down to size to add to this project. And so I'll go ahead and Mod Podge that scrapbook paper on, and then you'll see again off to the side there, I have that same black tag I used in the last project, as well as that printable that I will add onto the tag. And then I'm just going to embellish it a little and add it to the sign, and it's just a quick and easy little decor piece you can add in or even put on a tier tray. I wanted to give the edges a little distressing, and they still had some paper actually hanging over the edge. So this trick works really good too if you still have some paper. It just sands it right off. And I still didn't think it was distressed enough, so I got out one of my ink pads, and with a sponge I just distressed around the edges. And in here I'm just going to add my little bow, and now the project is complete. Thank you so much for coming over and watching these DIYs today. Again, don't forget to go check out Christy's video. I am sure you won't be disappointed. Also, if you're on Instagram, come find me. I am $__mom. I share my DIYs over there as well as styling and giveaways. All right, see you next time and happy crafting.